interesting developments on transfer deadline day. Welcome back to part 6 with me, the Gobby Gaffer, of this save where I've used the pre-game editor, and it's a fantasy save dropping Manchester City into the Championship, and all the big names have gone and we're just using the EDS players and 1 or 2 loan signings. But before we get into any of the schedule, what's been going on, it was a very interesting transfer deadline day. And having just batted away an offer for Phil Foden from Paris Saint-Germain, he's got a value of 95 million. If you remember, we agreed that with him. They're only offering 68. We've knocked that back. However, Leeds have made an offer for Callum Doyle, and my director of football has accepted it. Out of my hands, he's going 31 million, unless he decides to turn them down, of course. But Callum Doyle, one of the best centre-backs in the league, unfortunately, he's going to leave us. And it's very nice to have won the August Manager of the Month. Obviously, our results have contributed to that. We are on quite a nice little run at the moment. I am letting Kaiki, the 22-year-old winger, I don't think he's ever really reached the levels that we thought he would do at City. But he's gone out on loan to Wimbledon. Hey, but Callum Doyle knows which side his bread is buttered, and he's rejected the contract offer from Leeds. Good old Callum. And with that, we've managed to hold on to Phil Foden and Callum Doyle. What a result that is. I mean, that is as good as bringing in a couple of brand new signings. If we can get back in the Premier League, then, hopefully Phil and Callum Doyle will decide to stay with us. Quite an interesting little table there. So we're third in the division for player wage expenditure at 975,000 a week. And just confirming my squad registration, Max Allain did pick up quite a nasty injury. So I've taken him out of the squad and I've brought in Thomas Galvez. I'm going to need to give him a new contract. But he's a left back. And I'm thinking of playing Callum Doyle at centre-back. So we probably are going to need him. But we are going to confirm that. And his agents decided he wants between 11 and 13.5k a week. I think we're going to say you're asking for too much, mate. So he has come down and we will offer him a new contract. So he's down as a breakthrough prospect. We are going to try and make this City team better. But at the moment, with the finances as they are, I don't really want to be spending too much money. Let's just see what we can do here. Top division wage rise, 30%. Let's take that off. In fact, let's try and take that off as well. And see if he'll take 9.5. It's a bit cheeky, but he's gone for that, so that's fine. And the finances, not getting any better really. I've got a transfer budget of 15 million. I'll keep all of that till January. The balance in the bank is 13 million in the red. If we look at the projection, we're projected to lose. Well, we're projected to have an end of season balance of 104 million in the red in the bank. But it gets worse. Next season, 129 in the red, and the season after, 132 in the red. So we do need to keep an eye on these finances. So all nicely caught up. Some shenanigans there on transfer deadline day, but what a win. Callum Doyle and Phil Foden deciding to stay with us. Well, actually, I think the Phil Foden trick of having a word with him and saying, look, we'll let you go, but for 95 million, which he was happy with. Obviously, PSG come in with 68 million, nowhere near. So I think actually that trick works. It worked a treat because nobody would pay that kind of money for him. Hopefully, if we can get back in the Premier League, then, Phil Foden and Callum Doyle will be a bonus for us. When we get there, if we get there. Less of that, let's get stuck into what's been happening. And, it's been a little bit eventful. So 6 games played since you were last with me. Sheffield United was the first one. It was a home game and a very disappointing 0-0 draw. Little bit unexpected, but there you go. Soonsup Bell got his first goal for us against Leeds. Quite a handsome 2-0 win, that one, because I quite fancy Leeds to be getting promoted this season. So a good result. Burnley, a home game again, 2-1 winning that one. And then we played Middlesbrough away. Again, a bit of a disappointing 1-1 draw in that one. Zach Lovelace, the striker that we've actually bought, who is going to be with us next season, he got his first goal. And then we played Birmingham, 2-1 winning that one. And then Jude Soonsup-Bell came into his own in the game against Blackburn at home, a 4-0 win, and he bagged himself a hat-trick. And just having a look at these goals, Jude's first goal was an absolute peach. I mean, Phil Foden there. No, not his first goal, sorry. I think it was his second goal. His first goal was a tap-in. Phil Foden doing all the work, and Jude was just stood there and tapped it in. But look at this for a finish. Get in. If he keeps doing that all season, we might have to try and find the money to buy him. Third goal coming up. Perone, long throw. Bitsiabu plays it back to Perone. Perone chips it in. And a nice little header there. And again, he gets a little bit of the rub of the green. Ball comes back to him. Perone for the 4th goal now. And ball through. And Temo running through. And that is as nice a finish as you're likely to see. So pre-planning for where I was going to come back, Bristol City and Sunderland were the ideal place to come back. Sunderland were in the top 4 at the time. They've actually dropped to about 8th position now. Bristol City are hot on our heels, so that's going to be a very good game to watch. The Caribou Cup 3rd round against Notts Forest, we'll play that one off camera. But anyway, today we've got a home game against Bristol City and a away game against Sunderland. And yeah, Jude is up and running. Yeah, we're not going to call him Soonsup Bell anymore. It's a bit of a mouthful. From here on, he's going to be called Jude. So Jude up and running now in the Championship. Hat-trick, that's always a good sign that a player's actually finding his feet. So hopefully going forward, he'll be our leading goal scorer at the end of the season. And well, like I say, we might have to find some dosh to bring him in permanently. But Zach Lovelace has also got his first goal for us. Having 2 good strikers at the club, who knows where that white round thing goes? Yep, all together, it goes between the 2 white sticks. And any player on the pitch who knows what to do with that white round thing, well, they'll do for me. Okay, it's Bristol City. Let's get stuck into some football, shall we? Okay, I've been tweaking 1 or 2 positional things in the team. So we have Plazzari in goal, back 4 of Galvez, Doyle, Burns and Katonga. And like I said in the intro, I am thinking of playing Doyle as a centre-back, which is his favoured position. And the thing is, if I play him at left wing-back, then it's basically playing him and Bitsiabu every game. Doyle and Bitsiabu can rotate at centre-back. So what I have noticed is the players are getting very, very tired because the Championship is a bit of it's a grueling marathon, isn't it? It's so you basically need to have a good squad, and having Doyle and Bitsiabu in there who can rotate. And we've got Burns next to him. I think I've read out the back 4, haven't I? So we've got Perone in as deep line playmaker, right as the anchor. So I've changed his position slightly. Foden and Bob on the wings. Oscar Bob, I have had a bit of a row with. He wasn't training very well. So I clicked the button. I mean, I don't normally do things like that, but I clicked the button to have a word with him, and well, let's say it didn't go very well. So he's not very happy with me at the moment. But anyway, we have Franca as the attacking midfield, and Jude is up top. And another hat-trick, anybody? Well, it would do us a doubt of the ground today against a very strong Bristol City team who I think will be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. So, 8 minutes in, and although it's going to be a tough game, this one, I would expect us to shade this. We are at home when all's said and done. And Franca just chases through there, and unfortunately, his shot, well, his chip got a little bit of a clip, and it goes behind for a corner. Okay, Foden now is going to whip this one in near post, And we're going to see a beautiful header into the back. No, we're not going to see a beautiful header into the back of the goal, because that one hits the top of his head and hits the old lady in the second row. 33 minutes on the clock now, so not an awful lot happening in this game. We've had one or two little half chances, but nothing really solid. Bristol City now with a worrying highlight. And we don't want this to hit the back of the net. And he hits the post with that one, and we do get away with that. Franca now coming away with the ball, but loses possession. Wins it back again. Obviously, not a highlight. Corner, Foden whipping it in again. One of these corners will go in the back of the net, and it does. And Judy's there at the far post. Oh, it's been disallowed. You know what? That's 3 goals he's had disallowed now. In the 6 games I played off camera, he had 2 goals disallowed in those games. Both in the same game, by the way. Franca now with the corner. Maybe we need to withdraw him a little bit. He seems to be getting himself offside a lot. And Oscar Bob there. Oh, they've given it as an own goal to Jake Garrett. But let's just have a quick look at that one again. Not quite sure, because I was doing a bit of waffling. Not like me at all. And that one gets headed out. Burns slides it to Oscar Bob. So how they've given that as an own goal, I'll never know, because that was on target. Oscar Bob's goal, as far as I'm concerned. So I think we're going to give them, things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. So slim lead, 1-0, and I don't know whether you noticed there, but a lot of my players looking very, very tired again. Burns, it's in the back of the net, and this time Oscar Bob does get credited with the goal. So we're 2-0 in the lead, and well, I think Oscar Bob scored both of those. I don't know what you think, but that first effort was definitely on target. Why that's been given as an own goal, I don't know. But anyway, Burns, Oscar Bob, tap in there. So is he beginning to forgive me a little bit? I don't know. So Football Manager doing its usual thing with wing-backs. Before the game, I got the notice that Kabore was injured and couldn't play, so I brought Katonga in, and Katonga now is injured as well. So it's doing its usual thing with wing-backs. Okay, 4 subs made. Samuel has come in for Katongo. The 2 lads who I bought, Slattery and Pert Harris, have come in at the base of the midfield. Slattery I've been very impressed with. He's all over the pitch when he comes on. A real kind of, workhorse. And Ndala has come on and replaced Phil Foden. We don't want him getting injured. Okay, 8 shots, 3 on target. Next year, 1.58. And we are back for another highlight, and that one hits the crossbar this time. This team do seem to be quite good at corners. If we don't get the first ball, we get the second ball. But Ndala there, no, it went the wrong way, unfortunately. And I thought Bristol City had a breakaway there, but obviously no highlight. And 7 minutes of time added on, and it does look like we're going to run out 2-0 winners, and that is a very, very good win. Because like I say, Bristol City, I think, will be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. Just a highlight, though, if you just have a look down here, how tired my team are. We are going to need a very good squad to win this league or get promoted at the very least. And my first 11 is very, very good. It's excellent, in fact. And I think my first 11 is worthy of promotion to the Premier League. My second 11, not so much. So I'm trying not to rotate too much because I don't want to lose games. But then, of course, you get this, Thomas Galvez there looking dead on his feet. Oscar Bob, Franca, all these players looking dead on the feet. It's not good, really. Anyway, we're not going to say comprehensive. We're just going to say we're happy with the result and the way that you played. Don't want to get them too big-headed. And with 9 games played, it's looking very, very nice. The Championship. Ipswich now have moved up into second place, which is, I would think probably, there's a few teams in there. Ipswich, I would have thought Leeds, but I'm not quite sure where Leeds are there. Well, they're down in 19th. Okay, then. So that win has pushed Bristol down into 6th place. And like I say, the next game that we play will be Sunderland, who've now moved up into 5th place. And it's an away game. So I'm expecting a tough game in that one. Okay, going to go away now and play Notts Forest in the Caribou Cup. Play that off camera, and then we'll be back very shortly for the away game at Sunderland. And I keep saying I'm expecting a tough game. Maybe one of these games will be. Like I say, my first 11 is, I think it's got the potential to win this league. My second 11, not so much. So I might put the kids, the kids, they're all kids, aren't they? I might put the second 11 out against Notts Forest. So I'm not too bothered about the Caribou Cup. We need promotion. We need to get these finances right. And being in the Premier League is where we need to be. All right, we'll see you for the Sunderland game very shortly. But before that game kicks off, big news. They've offered me a new contract. So £49,500 wage per week. And, all the other figures there are there for you to see. But, of course, the board requirement is to play direct counter-attacking football. It's not really in City's DNA, is it? Well, not the current version of City. Direct counter-attacking football, but I am doing it and it is working. So there's an old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I think we will accept that contract. Okay, played the second 11 against Forest and a bit of an unexpected 3-1 win, so we are through to the next round. However, we do play away at Newcastle. So I think that's where our Caribou Cup dreams are. Not really. We've got a dream. To be honest, I'm not really bothered about the Caribou Cup this season. Yeah, nice. It would be some nice silverware and a bit of money coming in. But getting into the Premier League, that's the main focus. So we're back to the first 11 today. We've made one or two little changes. The Football Manager's doing its best to rob me of all my right wing backs. So the other two now are out long term. So Kabore does come back today. He is fit to play. Plazari in goal, back four of Galvez, Doyle and Bete and Kabore, Perone and Wright at the base of the midfield, Foden and Bob on the wings, Mateus Franca, I should say, as the attacking midfielder, and Jude is going to play as a poacher today, which just pulls him back a little bit and might hopefully stop him, getting those offside flags all of the time. Because if he can, he's had 3 goals disallowed this season. We're only 9 games in. He's had 3 goals disallowed already. If we can keep him back a little bit and just get him to watch that line, then he might get 1 or 2 more goals for us. Okay, 3 minutes on the clock. We do get a highlight. Kabore there with the throw-in. Perone feeds it to Foden. Foden takes it beautifully on his left foot, fires it into the back of the net. And oh my word, when you've got Phil Foden in your team, he is a weapon on his own. The way he took that ball with his left foot then, and then just moved it on, got himself into position and fired it. Chelsea now are sniffing round as well. And look at the way he took that. Phil Foden, he's a 5-star player. He's absolute quality. He should be playing in the Premier League or one of the top leagues in Europe. I don't want him to, but he shouldn't be playing in the Championship. But yeah, Chelsea are the latest team to be sniffing around, and whether they'll come up with the 95 million in January, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. So my first 11 players have had a nice rest for the Caribou Cup game, coming back nice and fresh today. I think it's about 7 days since we played. So hopefully, we'll look as though we're quite fit in this game. And Jude there, and he heads the ball straight into the goalkeeper's arms. But yeah, the fitness issues in this squad, I think, are going to be a bit of a problem for us this season. But anyway, Franco with the ball. Galvez now on that left-hand side. Slings the ball in the box. Can Jude get ahead on it? Yes, he can. And he basically heads the ball on for himself. Jude now plays the ball back into the penalty area. Oscar Bob. A looped ball right to that back post. And unfortunately, the header from Foden doesn't reach Franca. But we're piling the pressure on now. Callum Doyle, ball to Galvez. Galvez down that left-hand side, loops the ball high again, and the ball's hit the crossbar, and it's in the back of the net, and it is Jude there with his 5th goal of the season. And this lad, I think, is going to be a superstar. I'm going to have to go to the board cap in hand and say, look, can we sign this lad because he's a bit of a superstar? I mean, hopefully he stays fit, and with Football Manager, you never know. But he's good at doing that, isn't he? He's good at the follow-ups. Most of his goals are follow-ups, aren't they? He gets that second ball really well. Okay, Sunderland with a highlight of their own. Ball's headed there. Oh, and Galvez now. He's going to... No, he's not. No highlight, apparently. Sunderland now closing the half with a little bit of pressure of their own. And a bit of a wasted header there. Didn't even get it on target. Okay, City highlight again. 3 minutes to half time. Matheus Franca down this right-hand side. And plays it to Cabot. Back in the penalty area. Oscar Bob's going to spin. And unfortunately, it hits somebody's legs. And that one is a wild shot. Was that Phil Foden? That was very un-Phil Foden-like. That's a mouthful. Foden again now with the corner. In swinging to the near post. Can we get a head on it? It doesn't clear the penalty area. Oscar Bobby's chasing this one down. Plays it to the other side. Galvez. And it looks like Sunderland are going to have a bit of a breakaway here. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. They have no players breaking at all. Galvez there goes in very, very wildly. And he's lucky not to get a yellow for that one. I don't think he actually made contact with the player. Okay, 2-0 up at Sunderland. And I'm just going to say we're very happy. Keep it up, lads. You're doing a brilliant job. 55 minutes and Sunderland are looking a little bit shot shy, aren't they? They're not able to put I mean, even there, you know. I mean, that should have been in the back of the net. And this Sunderland side, I thought would be good for promotion this season, but maybe not. But then we are a very good outfit. Obviously, we're very good defensively. We're very good offensively. And the midfield ticks over like a well-oiled clock. So we are a very good outfit. Even the second 11, or what I would class as a second 11, have just beaten Forest in the Carabao Cup. So maybe I'm doing them a little bit of a disservice by saying that they're not quite as good. Plazara there takes that one out of the air. Nice and easy. Okay, 60 minutes on the clock. Kabore looking very tired, and I am aware that all of my wing-backs are out injured, so we don't want to get him injured. Simpson Pusey comes in there. He can't play there. He's a centre-back, but I can't afford another wing-back to get injured. So Simpson Pusey, Wilson Esbrand comes in on the other side, coming back on a fitness, so he should be able to play, half an hour. Wilson Esbrand on the left, and both wingers have been changed. Ndala for Phil Foden, and Echeverry on for Oscar Bob. Okay, 73 minutes on the clock, so we've got about 17 minutes of this game left now. A very loose ball there from Sunderland. Not been impressed with Sunderland in this game at all. I shouldn't really open my big gob, should I? Because usually when I do that, then they'll go away and score. And, I thought that was in then. I was just going to say, and there we go. There's the goal. But no, a very shot-shy Sunderland. Very, very unusual. Franca now with the in-swinger, near post. Can we score from the... Oh, and it's in the back of the net. And it's Mbete, the centre-back. And this time we do profit from a corner. We're 3-0 up now. And this game is done and dusted. But a very nice corner there from Franca. Mbete, the keeper, he does some kind of I'm frightened of the ball gesture. So, 3-0 up. Very, very nice indeed. And to be fair, Sunderland have had 15 shots in this game, but they've just not profited from them at all. Header there, and as per usual at the back, very, very tidy indeed. A ball headed there into midfield. Oh, as I say that, commentator's curse, we do give the ball away. But anyway, I'm pretty confident here that Sunderland are not going to score, because I don't think I've ever seen a team so shot shy in my life. And there's another one. And that was an open goal, a free header, and they head it over the bar. Unbelievable. Okay, it's Sunderland who are closing the game out, but like I say, I'm pretty confident that they're not going to score. Our defence and goalkeeper have played really well, and combined with the fact that, Sunderland couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo, I think we're all right in this game. Oh, and they have actually got one, eventually. So is that Pierre Ecoir has scored the Sunderland's goal in the 89th minute. I mean, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Football Manager to have Sunderland score a second now and make it squeaky bum time. But anyway, let's see how many minutes are added on. 4 minutes of time added on, and well, we do get some more highlights. Echeverry there fires a ball, Franca. The ball's in the back of the net, and it's Mbete, second goal of the season. I think that's second goal of the game, isn't it? Yeah, I think it was. So it's 4-1. Is it 4-1? That's not being disallowed, is it? It is 4-1. It is 4-1. Echeverry, beautiful free kick down this side. Franca plays the ball in, and Mbete just beats. There was two players there, and Mbete beat him to it. Oh, more highlights. Sunderland now with the goal scorer taking the corner. It's going to be an outswinger this time. Come on, lads. Let's do that. There we go. You see Mbete having a great game. Could be man of the match performance from him. And what a save from Plazzari. Absolutely beat that one out. And weirdly, Onen there just sees that ball out instead of keeping control of it. Very, very strange. But we do run out 4-1 winners, and that is a very nice win again against what I consider to be a possible title contender. And we are going to give them a comprehensive this time. You've blown them away, and they have. Let's have a quick look at the league table before we finish this episode off. So City top, 10 played, 26 points. Ipswich breathing down our necks, so they've come up the table quite nicely. Ipswich fans there, 22 points after 10 games, so just 4 points behind us. But we're a bit of a runaway train at the moment. And long may that continue, because, well, if this runaway train can keep motoring along, then we should be able to get back into the Premier League. I mean, that's going to be a big challenge, I think, with this team, because although we're doing very well in the Championship, we all know the difference between the Championship and the Premier League. Well, it's worlds apart, isn't it? And if you've not got the money, and you've not got the money to buy top world-class players, then your time in the Premier League could be short-lived. However, I've got my nice shiny new contract, and we're doing very nicely at the moment. If you've ever enjoyed today's episode, if you could give me a subscribe, a like, a comment, that would help the channel to grow. And we're doing all right at the moment. I've come back onto this channel now, and I'm doing this fantasy save. But we're all waiting with bated breath, aren't we, for Football Manager 2025. So watch out for that on this channel, because I'll be playing the early access of the game on the PC version, so I will be playing the early access. So if you want to know anything about Football Manager 2025, come and have a look on my channel. I'll also be doing the usual tips and tutorials on how to play the game, because as we know, FM25 is going to be a completely different animal. Okay, like I say, hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I'm going to go and play some games off camera, and well, we'll see you very shortly.